When a woman secretly thinks about you, her body speaks in ways her words never will. Tiny, unconscious movements act like hidden signals, revealing emotions she will never say out loud. Most men overlook them. They think her silence means indifference, when in truth it hides a storm of desire. Because they miss these signs, they miss their moment. But if you learn how to read them, everything changes. You gain an invisible map of her feelings. You stop guessing and start seeing what is really there. You can connect deeper, speak less, and still draw her closer than words ever could. Today, I will reveal 9 subtle signs she is fantasizing about you and cannot stop thinking about you. And the 9th sign, she cannot control it. It slips through her body like lightning, exposing everything she feels inside. 1. She fidgets when you're near. One of the quietest yet most revealing signs of hidden attraction is fidgeting. When a woman is secretly drawn to you, her calm exterior often cracks in subtle ways. Her mind wants to stay composed, but her body betrays the tension rising inside her. You may see her shifting her weight from one foot to the other, tapping her toes or adjusting her sleeves. She might run her fingers along the edge of her phone, spin a ring on her finger, or smooth invisible creases from her clothes. These tiny movements are not random. They are her nervous system releasing pressure, trying to regulate the emotional spike your presence creates. Sometimes it shows up as biting her lip, drumming her nails, or twirling a pen during conversation. Even if she keeps her words calm, her body leaks the truth. She is aware of you, and her energy rises every time you are near. Here is a Stoic insight. Stay silent and simply observe. Notice what happens when you step away. If her fidgeting fades the moment you leave, you were the cause. You stirred something inside her. Do not rush to react. A Stoic man does not chase these signs. He recognizes them, stores them, and continues forward with steady presence. 2. She plays with her hair. Hair might seem like a simple detail, but it often becomes a quiet signal of hidden desire. When a woman is drawn to you, her body will search for ways to express it without words. Her hand drifting toward her hair is one of the clearest clues. You may notice her twisting a strand slowly between her fingers, running her palm down the length of her hair, or brushing it back behind her shoulder while you speak. These gestures are rarely about style. They are instinctive. Her subconscious is trying to highlight her appearance, to draw your eyes toward her and spark your attention. It is her way of amplifying her femininity in your presence, but it goes deeper than appearance. Playing with her hair can also reveal nervous energy. If she feels your gaze, her fingers might rise to her hair as a way to calm herself and release the tension building inside. It is a physical distraction from the emotions stirring under her surface. Watch the timing carefully. Does she reach for her hair right after your eyes meet, or while you are mid-conversation? If so, it is rarely coincidence. It is her body whispering a message. Her voice will not say, "I am aware of you, and I want to look my best while you are watching." A Stoic man does not react. He simply notices, stays composed, and holds his ground. 3. Her eyes linger on you. The earliest signals are small. A restless hand, a nervous shift of her weight, a soft brush of her fingers through her hair. But when her interest deepens, her eyes reveal the truth her body tries to hide. They say the eyes reveal what the lips conceal, and it is true. When a woman feels drawn to you, her gaze will begin to betray her. You may notice her holding your eyes for just a breath too long, as if forgetting she should look away. Or she might flick her glance toward you, then retreat quickly, only to look again as though pulled back by gravity. Those flickers are not random. They are small fractures in her composure. There is science behind it. When someone experiences deep curiosity or emotional charge, the pupils naturally dilate. This happens automatically, beyond conscious control. So if her eyes seem brighter, wider, or locked firmly on yours, she is not just seeing you, she is absorbed in you. Her mind is fully present, even if her words stay casual. Watch her closely in conversation. If her gaze drifts from your eyes to your lips, she is not only listening, she is imagining closeness, even if she will never speak it aloud. A Stoic man does not chase that look. He does not rush to claim what is still forming. He meets her gaze with stillness. He observes, acknowledges it quietly, and remains anchored in calm, unshaken presence. 4. She leans closer to you. Closeness speaks louder than words. People guard their personal space instinctively. They do not move closer unless something about you makes them feel safe, curious, or drawn in. When a woman is attracted, this rule quietly breaks. You may notice her leaning in when you speak, standing slightly closer than necessary, or letting her shoulder brush yours as she passes. These are not clumsy accidents. They are quiet signals from her body, pulling her toward your presence. Even in small ways, she will try to close the gap. Watch how she positions herself. She might choose the seat beside you, even when others are free, or subtly turn her chair to face your direction while pretending not to notice. It is her way of anchoring herself inside your space. And it is not only about physical distance. When a woman keeps leaning in, it shows her emotional walls are lowering. Her body wants proximity because her mind is starting to trust you. Do not rush to fill that space. A Stoic man holds still. He does not lean in to meet her halfway. He lets her move closer on her own, while he remains steady, calm, and rooted in quiet strength. 5. She mirrors your actions. Watch closely, because one of the most revealing signs of hidden attraction is something subtle, almost invisible at first glance: mirroring. It happens when her subconscious mind begins quietly copying you. Not because she chooses to, but because her emotions pull her into your orbit. She might cross her arms a few seconds after you do. If you lean forward while talking, you may notice her slowly leaning in too. Your tone rises with energy, hers suddenly echoes the same spark. Even her breathing can fall into rhythm with yours, like two songs blending into one, and it goes deeper than posture or tone. If you express excitement, she lights up with the same glow. If you speak with gravity, her voice softens to match your seriousness. Her emotions begin to mirror yours, as if her inner world wants to stay aligned with yours. That is not coincidence. It is emotional investment, speaking without words. Her subconscious is signaling, "I want to be in sync with you." But here's where most men fail. They focus only on her face. They miss the tiny clues, the angle of her feet, the way her fingers rest, the soft shifts in her body that match yours like a shadow. And when she becomes your shadow, it means she no longer sees you as distant. She feels connected, tuned in, already halfway yours. 6. Her feet point toward you. As we move forward, the next signs become even more revealing. We're entering the realm where her feet whisper the truth, and her hands can't hide her desire. Let's start with her feet. Most men never think to look down. They're busy reading her eyes, her smile, her words. But the feet? They're far more honest than all of them. Here's why. Facial expressions can be faked, smiles can be forced, but the feet are ruled by instinct, not performance. They quietly point toward what the mind is truly focused on. If you're in a conversation and her feet are angled directly at you, even if she's laughing with someone else, that's her subconscious showing where her attention is anchored. It's her body declaring without words, "You're the center of my focus." On the other hand, if her feet drift away toward the exit, toward the door, toward another person, it often signals her interest is slipping elsewhere. So pay close attention in social spaces, crowded rooms, loud bars, moments where words can mislead. Because when her feet stay locked on you while the rest of her dances with the world, that is no accident. It's attraction, quietly rooted deep beneath the surface. 7. She touches her neck or collarbone. This one is subtle, and that's what makes it powerful. The neck and collarbone are delicate, vulnerable areas. We instinctively protect them. So when a woman begins to expose or touch these areas in your presence, it often means her guard is quietly slipping. Watch for it. She might gently trace her collarbone while listening to you. She could adjust her necklace, letting her fingers linger for a second too long. She might sweep her hair aside, revealing her neck, or glide her hand across the back of it as she talks. Why does this happen? There are two reasons, and they work together. First, it can be a self-soothing gesture, her body's way of calming nervous energy because you make her heart race. It is a quiet attempt to steady her emotions. But second, it can also be a silent invitation. By drawing your eyes to these sensitive, intimate places, she's deepening the moment without saying a word. And if she does this while leaning closer or locking eyes with you, it's not just nervousness anymore. It's her subconscious signaling something far more powerful, that she feels safe, that she's intrigued, and that part of her wants you to notice. 8. She blushes around you. This is where things become beautifully obvious, because when her emotions start to overflow, her body begins revealing the truth she's trying so hard to hide, and she can't stop it. No one can. Blushing is one of the purest, most honest signals of attraction. It's nature's way of showing what words will not say. It is silent, yet louder than anything she could confess. Here's how it works. When a woman feels nervous, flustered, or intensely drawn to someone, her body triggers a rush of blood to the tiny capillaries in her face. Her cheeks warm, her skin flushes, and a soft glow blooms across her face like sunlight breaking through clouds. She might laugh and look away, hoping you don't notice. But that sudden pink is her body betraying her feelings. Watch for it in the smallest moments. When you walk into the room unexpectedly, when you compliment her with sincerity, when you lean in closer and her breath catches for half a second, like she forgot the world existed. That color isn't random, it's emotion surfacing against her will. And here's the incredible part. Blushing is almost impossible to fake. Actors struggle to do it. Even liars can't pull it off convincingly. So if she blushes only when you're near, it's not coincidence. It's not her makeup. It's her subconscious rising to the surface, whispering what her words won't dare admit, that she feels something real, and it's aimed at you. 9. She focuses on her lips. This sign is quiet, but once you notice it, you'll never miss it again. When a woman feels drawn to you, her lips often become the silent center of her body language. She might bite her lower lip gently as she listens. She could run her tongue across her lips slowly, making them shine. Or she might trace her fingertip lightly along the edge of her mouth while thinking. These are not random. They are unconscious displays of physical attraction. Her body is drawing your eyes exactly where she wants your attention without saying a single word. It's a subtle invitation wrapped in silence. Even when she's laughing at your jokes or pretending to be casual, If her lips keep betraying her, she is not focused on your words anymore. She's picturing something far more intimate. And here's your bonus clue. If her eyes begin flicking between your eyes and your lips while you're talking, that's one of the clearest subconscious signs of desire. Her mind is imagining how it would feel if distance disappeared. So watch closely, because when her lips start speaking without words, her heart is saying what her voice will not. Bonus sign 1. She finds subtle reasons to touch you. Touch is one of the oldest and most primal forms of communication. Before words existed, there was touch. It bypasses logic and goes straight to the emotional core of the brain. It makes people feel safe, seen, and connected. When a woman is secretly fantasizing about you, she'll often try to bridge the space between you in ways that seem almost accidental. She won't boldly grab your hand or openly cling to your arm. Instead, she creates small, quiet moments where touch feels natural, unforced, and safe enough that you won't suspect what she's really doing. She might lightly brush your arm while laughing at a joke. She might tap your shoulder just to get your attention. She might hand you something, letting her fingers linger against yours for one heartbeat longer than needed. Or she might playfully push you during a conversation, using humor as a cover for closeness. On the surface, these touches seem casual, but if they happen often, they are her subconscious, trying to create physical intimacy. Here's why it matters. Touch increases oxytocin, the bonding hormone that builds trust and emotional connection. Every subtle touch is her body's way of saying, "I want to feel closer to you, even if I can't say it out loud." And here's your clue. If she doesn't do this with other people, but somehow always finds a reason to touch you, it's not your imagination. She's crossing the invisible barrier of personal space because she's drawn to you on a deeper, more intimate level. Pay attention to what happens right after she touches you. If she smiles shyly, giggles, or blushes, that tiny reaction betrays everything. It means her mind is savoring the closeness and likely replaying the moment in her head, because in her imagination, she's already closer than reality allows. Bonus sign 2. She brings you into her imagination. When a woman is constantly thinking about you, her body language isn't the only thing that gives her away. Her words will start pulling you into her inner world. This is one of the strongest signs of emotional and romantic fantasy. She'll begin weaving you into her stories, her plans, her what-ifs. She might joke, "If you were there, you would have saved me from that mess." She might imagine adventures. "We'd totally get lost if we went hiking, but at least it would be fun." Or she might test your reaction to subtle romantic hypotheticals. "Can you imagine us dancing at a wedding? I bet we'd look incredible." These are not random comments. They are windows into the private fantasies she's been building about you. They are how she blurs the line between what is real and what she wishes could be. Psychologically, this is huge. When someone starts mentally placing you inside their stories, it means you've crossed the line from casual attraction into something much deeper. You've entered her imagination, and that's where emotional attachment quietly begins to take root. If you notice her doing this often, don't brush it off. This isn't just playful small talk. It's her subconscious revealing that she's not only thinking about you in this moment, she's picturing you as part of her future, even if she hasn't admitted it to herself yet. So, let's bring it all together. If a woman is secretly fantasizing about you, her body will whisper the truth through 9 unmistakable signs. 1. She fidgets when you're near. 2. She plays with her hair. 3. Her eyes linger on you. 4. She leans closer to you. 5. She mirrors your actions. 6. Her feet point toward you. 7. She touches her neck or collarbone. 8. She blushes when you appear. 9. Her focus drifts to her lips. These are not random quirks. They are her subconscious, revealing what her words refuse to say. Remember, these words can lie, but body language rarely does. When you learn to read these subtle signals, you stop guessing and start understanding. You gain insight into her hidden desires, her quiet emotions, her unspoken longing. And once you see the truth, you'll know exactly how to respond with confidence, not doubt. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button so more men can unlock these hidden signs. Subscribe to the Stoic Spirit for more powerful insights into attraction, relationships, and the hidden world of female psychology. And now, tell me in the comments, which of these 9 signs have you seen before? Did you recognize it too late? Share your story. I'd love to hear it.